Hi, thank you very much for joining me. My name is Terence Livingstone, and today we're going to have a quick preview of our new software solution. We're very excited about it. It's called Instant Print Store. But before we dive in and show you how it works, let me tell you briefly, why. Why did we set it up? Well, what motivates us more than anything is to get printers online and making money. And we think the best way of getting printers online and making money is by giving their customers a great experience. So that's what we try to do. Hopefully that will come through in the demonstration. Let me know. So let's dive in and have a little peek at the software. So what we've tried to do here is create a system which can be set up in about 2 minutes. So that's our goal, is to try and set up our store in 2 minutes with all the important bits and pieces in the right place. So you just need to go and put one's details in here. I'm going to call this Johnny's New Print Shop. The password. And we're going to hit the green button, create my store. So we've got 3 steps to set up the store. This is really easy. First of all, we need to choose a file, a logo. Here's one I like. So we'll put that in. We're going to resize it so it looks good on the website. And we're going to press the upload button and we're good. Next, we're going to choose a color, pick a color from the color palette that represents your corporate colors. You can move the picker around there to find the color that best suits you. And then we're going to go to payment options. If you've got an account with Stripe or PayPal, you can just simply put in your API key. There's instructions how to do that. Or even simpler than that, you can just start off by asking your customers to pay by bank transfer by putting in your account details, etc. And that's it. We put the basics in and we now have an up and running store. So let's go and visit the store and see what it looks like. So you can see the logos in there, all being branded with corporate colors. Try to make this site attractive to engage your customers, so they're going to want to go through to the next stage. As my colleague says, people buy with their eyes. So we've tried to make pictures that pop. We put trust points in here to encourage confidence in your brand. We put some blogs in as well, which you're happy to use, and to give you a sense of authority with your customers. And we've got these little price stickers on there to entice your customers to click on the products and get a quote, get on the buyer journey. So let's move on to the buyer journey now. We feel that one of the things that stops people from buying printing, one of the problems we're trying to solve here, is that a lot of people just simply don't understand printing. So they get lost in the quote form. So we've really dumbed it down. We've created a quote wizard here, which is graphical, easy to follow, and will keep everybody, even people that don't know the first thing about print, on board and feeling comfortable and safe on their buyer journey. So let's choose from one of the fold types here. We're going to choose roll fold. Let's choose DL. You see here, you can see what 4 pages, 6 pages, and 8 pages looks like. We're going to go with the 6 page today. You've got a graphical illustration there between the difference between silk and gloss. And you get an indication of what standard weight of paper is. So we'll go with the normal weight of paper, 130 gram. If it was heavier, there'd be an option there to laminate. But as it's only 130 gram, there isn't. So we're going to pick a quantity. I'm going to press get quote. So while that's ticking away, I just want to spend a bit of time explaining what we think is one of our unique selling points, is that behind here is a price comparison engine that's comparing multiple printers and finding the best price and marking it up and displaying it for your customer. We'll have a look at that soon, what that looks like under the bonnet. But in the meantime, here you go. You've got the cheapest price there, and you've got the fastest price there. So the customer's got a choice, which is always handy. You don't want to just give them one option, because then you can take it and leave it. Give it two, chances are he'll take one of those options. So let's go with a cheaper option. If you want, you can add it to your basket, or you can go straight through to the order process. We're going to go through to the order process. Notice the breadcrumbs here to give the customer a sense of where he is in the journey, and he can map his progress as he gets closer to the finishing line. So once you checked your details, you can put in your address for the delivery, and your email, and press continue. Now those addresses are saved, so if you need to use them again, they're going to come up there for you to be able to pick without having to retype them. Invoice address, you can use the same address or write a new one in. Let's go continue. If you remember all the way back when we set it up, we only went with the bank transfer option. If you had set up Stripe and PayPal, those payment gateways would be available here for your customer to choose from. So we're going to move on. Here, you'd put the instructions down for how to transfer funds, your bank account, your sort code, your account number, etc. Once you've done that, then the customer is invited to add his artwork. We put these handy tips here on the right-hand side so that you get artwork which you can print from. So I'm going to add a file here to show you how this works. Just drop that into the box and let that upload. And the job's a good one. Success. We're finished. Still on the customer side now. All your quotes are going to be stored there in your archive, in your orders. You can see details of your orders, and there's an invoice there as well, automatically created. Okay, now let's have a look what it looks like from the admin side of point of view. So there's a number of features here. First of all, if you want, you can generate a quote yourself from this end, and you've got more flexibility in the way you do it. Let's have a look. Let's choose flyers, go A4, 130 gram. You obviously know what you're doing, so we've simplified it by giving it a drop down on this end. So, as I said, the system comes loaded with a selection of trade printers and trade printers and their prices. So the default order here will be the best price, number one. Number three will be the fastest price. Number two will be the second fastest price. So that's typically what you would see. On this side, you got more flexibility. If you want, you can change the markup. Change it to 50%. You can choose which printer you want to, which printer and which price you want to go in with. And then as you scroll down, you can see that you can then send this off as an email. You press the send email button there, and that would send it off. What it looks like, here's a preview from what the customer would see, is he would see the prices there. And if he wants to go forward, he could click on the choose button, and that'll take him straight into the order. Okay, so let's move through some of these other features. Custom quote. If you want, you can do a quote on anything. You can do a quote on a completely custom product like a balloon or a flag. Or if you wanted to do a quote on a standard product like a brochure or flyers, but it's got a, something that's outside the norm, such as spot UV or some other type of finish, then you can create a quote there, and you can also send that off as an HTML email to your customer. So we go into the order archive now. You'll see the order that we placed on the front end. You'll see the supplier was Tradeprint, and what the cost was, what the price was, and what you can do here is you can press the order button, and that'll send all the order details along with the artwork file directly to Tradeprint through our integration channel. So you don't need to go on their website, you don't need to rekey it, you don't need to upload the artwork again, it goes straight through there. And it will also send a confirmation email to your customer. There's lots of other statuses in here which you can use to update your customer. And there's also information sent back through the integration channel from Tradeprint, which, if you like, can automatically trigger an email to your customer. For example, when the job's dispatched, it can automatically trigger an email through the system to your customer to let them know that the job's been dispatched and can be expected tomorrow. So moving through to manage printers. Presently, we have 3 printers on our system. And as you said, we have their prices automatically updated onto the system. And you can also you're going to be able to choose from their catalog where you can actually add more products on to your website through their price catalog. One of the things that you can do here is you can change the markup that you want to go in with. Say, for example, you want to change the markup to 100%. But not just that, you want to offer product-specific markups. And not just that, you want to offer markups that are specific to the quantity. So, for example, here, 100% is going to be a default markup on folded leaflets, but say anything over 5,001 to 10,000, you're going to do that at a slightly lower markup of 75%. And you can add as many lines there as you want. Just moving down here, there's a nifty feature here where you can add in extra delivery days. So this is what I call your sleep easy feature. If you don't want to be relying on the supplier totally for when he says the job's going to be delivered, you can add a buffer in there so that there'll be an extra couple of days there showing. So beyond that, you've got a place here where you can change your settings, you can change your logo, your colors, your payment settings, and then marketing settings. You can put in your social media links, which appear on your website and your email, and then you've got your automatic emails that'll be triggered when your customer registers, when he orders, when a job's dispatched, etc. And also what you have here is we've loaded up standard legal terms for you, your terms and conditions, your privacy policy, your cookie policy, etc. So that you don't need to do that yourself. If you just go to the front end now and we go to terms and conditions, you'll see that it's automatically being updated with Johnny's details. So if you're happy to go with those terms and conditions, that's one thing you don't need to wait for or worry about. We've put some standard ones in there. And then finally, if we just go back here, there's a place where you can customize the site with your own banners and images. You can change the prices on your special deals and so on. The site's constantly evolving. We're always adding new features. So there's a lot of exciting stuff to come. But that's what we got for now. So yeah, thanks very much for listening. And yeah, got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.